guys, Katlin here, single ingredient for the single cooker, and I am back. Tonight we are on the grill with some stuffed peppers, but these are not any stuffed peppers. These are not your spicy peppers, because if you know me by now, you know I don't like spicy peppers. Instead, these are sweet green peppers. They're going to be stuffed Philly cheesesteak style. This recipe I happen to love because, again, if you know me by now, you know I love versatility. This recipe can be stuffed with just about anything. Tonight, like I said, we're going Philly cheesesteak style. Carb-free, by the way, which is a little bit of a stretch for me because I love my carbs, but it's so delicious you won't even miss them. So, Philly cheesesteak style green peppers coming up, because just because you're cooking for one doesn't mean it can't be fun. All right, we are gonna light our grill now, but first, let's go over some safety tips. Now, for me, I like to start with spraying the grill before I even heat it, because this way there's no flames in the area. Once you start the flames, it could come back at you. So for me, I stand a little bit of ways, I give it a good spray. Little fancy. My second big tip is if you've got some long hair, either put it in a ponytail or pull it back with a hat. Like you see, I got my diesel hat rocking right now. If you've got a hat, put it on. Keep your hair away from any open flames to make sure it's safe. Right now, I'm gonna be cooking the steaks after I season them, of course, but I'm gonna get my grill started at about medium heat, close the lid, and get it sizzling inside so that when I do put these steaks on, I get them nice grill marks. In our stuffed peppers, along with our steak and our delicious cheeses, we are going to be putting some vegetables. We are going to be starting with some shallots. So shallots for me was actually a new little concept. It's a almost onion and garlic situation, which for me, garlic is the key to my heart. So I'm going to be dicing these up, putting them in my bowl, ready to go. Our green peppers are already sweet, but we will be adding some little mini peppers to that sweetness. We have red, orange, and yellow peppers. We're just going to be dicing them up and throwing our trash away in our garbage bowl. While I'm cutting my vegetables, I am making sure that on my side, not only do I have a space to put all my diced vegetables, but I also have a space to put my garbage. That makes the cleanup way easier in the end. So I'm going to be dicing these extra sweet peppers. I have to admit, I'm not the best cutter in the world. Anybody can call me out on that. But I will admit, with these new knives, thanks to my brother and my sister-in-law, it has made chopping way easier in life, even at night. Okay, one extra tip, these long nails are not working for me. Everyone is literally laughing at me right now because these long nails are ridiculous. But it's fine, I look fabulous with them. So we're gonna keep rolling with them because, you know, good food doesn't stop for fashion, okay? Before we put these sweet green peppers on the grill, we gotta get them prepped. And to start, we cut off the tops. Take a smaller knife and we kind of cut through the inside. We scoop out these seeds into this garbage bowl that we've got. Clean and perfect. Now, normally we could throw these little heads away. However, why would we do that? It's great meat of the pepper. We're going to take it and we're going to chop it right off. And we're going to end up dicing it and putting it right into our pepper and shallots mixture. My grill is prepped and ready, nice and toasty. I'm going to season these steaks. Now I have my core 4 seasonings. I have salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder. Then I'm sprinkling liberally because I do love a nice flavorful steak to help with that fat. I've also added just a little touch of Old Bay and even a tinier touch of cayenne pepper. Now, I don't like spicy foods. We know this. We've been over it. However, just a tiny little kick is gonna really boost these flavors up a lot. So, with my grill ready to go, let's get these babies sizzling. side is sizzling, I'm gonna season the other side. And I just wanna mention that if you don't feel like cooking your steak to order for this recipe, you can absolutely use leftovers. And leftovers are a great way to stuff a pepper, utilize your ingredients, and really reduce waste. These steaks I have on the grill are pretty thin, so I've got to really make sure I'm watching their temperature so that I don't get overcooked and dried out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to watch the side of the steaks and make sure that the cook temperature, which you can kind of see because it gets a little gray, is only going just about halfway up the steak, barely even, which is tough when it's a thin steak, so be really careful. I am going to shut my lid just a little bit, get the top cooking a little bit too, and then once I have a feeling that they're at a good spot, about 5 to 7 minutes on the grill with these thin steaks, thicker steaks are going to take longer, then I'm going to take them off the grill and I'm going to flip them, making sure I've got those great grill marks. Ready to take these perfect steaks off the grill and let them rest. Now, here is where having leftovers would come in handy just a little bit, because at this point I wouldn't need to let them rest. If you have leftovers, you're ready to chop and go. But I wanted fresh. So we've got fresh steaks resting. While these are resting, I'm gonna put our shell of our green peppers on the grill. You can put them on already stuffed, ready to go. However, I like getting kind of the grill marks on each side because, oh, who doesn't love a charred pepper? It only takes about 5 minutes or so per side to get that nice char on them. I like that char before I start to stuff them so I get that great grilled taste. After I've let my steak rest for several minutes, because resting's important, you don't want to lose the juices. If you notice at all, I didn't really worry about keeping these the same size at all because it's not going to end up mattering once I dice it all up. So now that we have our sweet peppers and our shallots all sauteed in our olive oil, we have our steak either pre-cooked and used as leftovers or rested and ready to go straight off the grill. We are going to stuff it. So we start with our provolone cheese, because Philly cheesesteak style, you gotta have provolone cheese. We're gonna put that right in the bottom of the pepper. So easy, it just molds literally right to the bottom and you have nothing to worry about there. We're gonna put a little scoop of our steak, enough to cover the bottom of our cheese. Don't let any get away. Right there. Tap it down just a little bit, because on top of that we are adding our perfect stuffing mix with our peppers and our shallots. Oftentimes I would suggest a roux, which is a super soupy, cheesy sauce. However, we're going on the grill. We don't need all that juice. We've got enough. So we're putting that mozzarella cheese right on top. And I'm pushing it down a little bit because, hell, I want more. Okay? You want to take a look? Here's what we got. After that, I'm putting another scoop of steak. And I'm gonna spread it out on top of that mozzarella cheese. And then I'm putting another scoop of my delicious pepper stuffing. Here is where it makes it that Philly cheesesteak style. We're taking our provolone, a second slice, and we are putting it right on top. We're pushing it right down in there. And oh baby, does provolone melt well. We're tucking it in, because this way, once you tuck it in to these sides, it's not gonna drip on over to your grill pan. This is what it should look like, all tucked in and then you put it right back on your grill, just enough that it's gonna really melt all those cheeses and steak and peppers together, and it's gonna be delicious. You're not even gonna miss that bun, baby. I got some bubbly brown cheese here on top of this provolone, and that tells me I am ready. Pulling it off. I'm gonna let this pepper cool off before I take my big bite to taste it. After all of this work, I am so ready to dive right in. Let's cut it and take a bite. Ah, look at that cheese, the pepper. We've got everything going on in one bite. Look, oh my gosh. All right, ready? You got sweet peppers. Oh, crusty cheese. Perfect steak. I'm just saying, this could be my best recipe yet. So make sure you give this a try on the grill in this perfect summer heat, because just because you're cooking for one doesn't mean it can't be fun.